Hello, everyone, and welcome to Insurance Journal's Academy of Insurance weekly webinar after show. I'm Allen Laman, and I'll be your host today. Joining me for the after show today is the instructor of today's class, George Jack. Just a reminder for everybody, today's class was customer support, the continuum of service, satisfaction, and success. George, welcome to the after show.
Alan, it's great to be here. Thanks for hosting today.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you before we get going, as the usual host of this behind the scenes series, how does it feel having somebody introduce you or welcome you to the show today?
It's super surreal. It's super fun. I almost feel like, wait, stop, don't do that. I'm, hey, well, everybody welcome, like leaning in and doing it. But yeah, it's awesome. Like you and I have hosted Insurance Journal demo days together many times, co-hosted. So this is surreal, fun, and not supernatural like The Grudge, but like supernatural. It's you know what I mean. So yeah, it's great to have you here too, hosting. So this is like I think this is Academy history. Like I don't think we've had anyone else host besides Patrick or I for like at least 7 years. So welcome.
Well, no, it's my pleasure, man. And I'll try to live up to the great standard you guys have set for this. I mean, it was awesome to just be a part of the production today. I mean, you led a super interesting presentation today, and I think the way that you structured it was really great. And I just can't wait to talk a little bit more about it with you.
Fantastic. I'm ready. Thank you.
Yeah, I think so throughout the presentation today, you shared some really great strategies and mantras for delivering stellar customer support. And I wanted to ask you, I mean, what has motivated you throughout your career to consistently deliver the high quality service that we talked about today?
It's something that I mentioned in the class, and it's something that you have to kind of find your own inspiration to continue to do it. Because there's no commission in support. Excuse me. The reward is its own work. So, just going in and consistently attempting to do it day in and day out, not just day in and day out, but with every conversation, every transaction, every time a customer gets in touch with you and says they need help. Again, it could be like something that you could have had a great conversation with a customer a month ago. They could have given you a wonderful customer satisfaction score. But then if they're contacting you again, they've got a new problem and you just have to keep on delivering, So that's what motivates me.
Yeah, man. No, I totally get it. I mean, there's the beauty in the consistency, right? And, in getting back up and going back time and time again and facing those new problems or new challenges that might come up along the way. And that kind of leads me into this next question here, because I mean, I say the beauty of it, and it is beautiful in a way, but I also know that as somebody who's been in customer service and customer facing roles throughout my life, it can be challenging sometimes, right? Especially if you're having a tough day. And that was something that you talked about, and something that I think really is going to resonate with the people, the viewers of today's class. I mean, this point about bringing your A game even on those tough days or on those rough days. And so, I mean, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that with you. I mean, do you think that's like a muscle that people have to build up? And I also wanted to ask you, I mean, what do you personally lean on when you're having a tough day, but still need to show up for customers?
Sure. The muscle is the whatever like physical way that you get psyched up for the day. Like, the call, you answer the call, you're like, Academy of Insurance, like, or Booking Bug or whatever it is, you need to you're on, you know what I mean? Like I talked about it when I was learning doing radio commercials, how I don't know what it's like now because I haven't done it for a while, but when I was learning that skill set, I would go in, they would give me the copy, and I would have basically a couple minutes to own it, to skim through it, and then maybe just a couple takes to get it down. And the first take was always like good, but like you can be brighter than that, be more up for it, like go for it, because it kind of like audiences like customers. They don't want to know when you're having a bad day or a down moment or whatever. It's like, so when you answer the phone or whatever it is, and so when you click, click accept for the call or whatever, like just that switch kind of goes off a little bit. It's like, Academy of Insurance, this is George, may I help you? Like even if you're not feeling it, just make yourself feel it, like flex that muscle and go, I'm here to help. How can I help you? Thanks for calling. Sorry about that. Sorry that's happening. And let me take a look at your account and we'll work to get this fixed. And just raising your voice a little bit. I talk about smiling and how like that body language is kind of an intangible thing. But if you're like Academy of Insurance, this is like, it's kind of like someone doing an imitation of a famous person. They start to do the character. They start to embody the characteristics, the physical characteristics of the person, and that can deliver a more convincing impression. So even if you're doing the impression of a customer support person, and that's the tone you want to set, and the voice you think that the customer expects and wants on the other line, that's what you have to deliver. So, if you're having a bad day, I mean, you kind of can't have a bad day. Or I talk about it, I didn't really get specific, but if you have a long call where you're we've cleared cache in all browsers, we made sure you have the most up-to-date version of whatever, and it just takes a while. And they're like, oh, that fixed it. Like, oh, great. But it was like 35 minutes of the call. And you're like, you hang up, like, thanks, call back anytime, whatever. And then you're like, then I would go to Slack or Teams and say, Alan, I have to get up for a minute. I need some water. I'll be right back. Like, this is just a long call and whatever. So just not being afraid to get up and kind of recharge for a minute, and even bare knuckle boxers had 30 seconds between rounds, like to just come back up to scratch, as they used to say. So so just not being afraid to say, I need to recharge, because when you're in support too, you could be in an inbound call center and take dozens of calls, but the one you remember the most is the nudge. Like, well, company stinks, da 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 da, and that's weirdly the one that you keep. Like, I had a pretty good day. So there's one lady who called me a Yutz or whatever, So so you just have to kind of go. It's like hitting through a slump. Like, just keep going, and you'll get back in that groove, So.
Yeah, no, I think those are two really great tips, man. I mean, both this idea that we ourselves physiologically, I think it's how you say that word, but by just kind of inhabiting the physical characteristics of like you said, like smiling or just feeling brighter in whatever that way that is for a person can actually translate to a boost in a mood. I think there's definitely truth to that. And then I like this idea too of recognizing the importance of taking these breaks, and seeing yes, this is my job. This is my duty. It's important for me to be showing up constantly or consistently in this way. But there are moments where I can, kind of steal back some time for myself and just, it's not like an 8-hour straight slog, or at least it doesn't always have to be that way.
Right. Thank you. Yeah.
Great tips.
You have to carve out your own little space to go warm up the coffee or stretch the leg or do whatever, so thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, and you mentioned radio a little bit when you first were answering that question. And I as a, maybe this is just the journalist in me, but as a journalist as well, or, someone who's in the broadcast field, I wanted to ask you about it. And you talked all throughout your presentation about how all the different stops of your cross industry background kind of shape the way that you approach customer support and customer service. And I guess this is more of a fun question. I wanted to ask you, are there any famous broadcasters who you think really embody some of the principles that you talked about today?
I think the ones that are successful have stayed successful because of a desire to keep on being better the next day. Just keeping on doing it until they don't want to do it anymore. I don't know everyone's secret, Um, I think it's like, instead of a broadcaster, I would say like a Donald Hall, the former U.S. poet laureate. He was a hero of mine way before he was the U.S. He was like the New Hampshire poet laureate, and he wrote a great book called Life Work. And when he was growing up, he was working on his grandparents' farm in New Hampshire in the summers, and like all the poets he liked, or writers he liked, had a discipline about the way they went about their work. And so Life Work was about his, and my favorite chapter in that book was about his work day. He'd get up before the sun rose and start writing until he didn't feel like he could write anymore. Like he had a kind of like things little goals he wanted to meet each part of his day. So, and I was lucky enough to see him accept an award one time, and he signed my Life Work book, and he signed it work, 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 because he's like, yeah, you have to keep going. And it's the work. So, I would imagine broadcasters like, I think the lady that mentored me originally, I don't know if she's still with WZID in New Hampshire, but Patty Ford, she had the tips and the here's how you can push it to the next level. So I didn't realize that these things were being instilled in me, because I wasn't, I think I was still doing content management when I was like getting into the radio thing. Cause for radio, I was introduced to her by a mutual friend, and I wanted to get a reel together of voices and samples and stuff, so I could shop it around. She said, well, if you come in and do some work for me each week, do a commercial for me, and we'll help you with your dialects and your characters, like stuff like that. So, she was, that time I spent being taught informally by her was super valuable. And it's just like, it's kind of you're only as good as your last envelope. You're only as good as your last commercial. So you're only as good as your last support interaction, kind of thing. If you think of it that way, then the next one better be as good or better, so.
Yeah, no, that's really cool, man. I just love hearing you talk about, sort of the through line of your career, and how all of these experiences have kind of culminated in this understanding of this really deep topic that we're talking about right now.
Thank you. And I don't get to talk shop a lot, so I appreciate you asking the questions.
Thank you, man. I think so. I wanted to make sure for this last one here, I wanted to talk a little bit about technology, because I think that's something that's really having a big impact on customer support or customer service right now, or at least the way that people perceive it, And I think that's what I really want to ask you about. I mean, and of course I should mention during your presentation, when you mentioned Barry Rapkin's book, which I believe is called From Stone Tablets to Satellites, which is a great book. I've read some excerpts of it during my time here at Wells, and we'd encourage everybody to check that out. But, I think a core part of that, the premise of that book is the idea that insurance has always been evolving alongside technology. Right. So I wanted to ask you, when you look at like the recent, like I'm talking, I guess, like in the grand scheme of things, the super recent advancements in technology with AI and automation, I'm not so interested in talking about the technology itself, but I wanted to ask you, what do people's reactions to that technology tell us about what they value in customer support, if that makes sense?
Sure. And I think customers, if they are taking the time to contact your company about a product they bought, a service they're purchasing, a billing issue, something that they want to change on their account, things like that, then they want to be heard by you. They want to get their issue taken care of by somebody who they perceive as somebody that sympathizes or empathizes with the issue. There are some there are some facets of technology in terms of support entities that there are some things that like an automated support rep can't solve, like a billing issue. They can't go, hold on, let me look up your account. And you don't want to trust one. That I think it's I still think that there's a trust thing. I think I would trust somebody to go, hold on while I look up your account. Like I know somebody's heard what I have to say or what I'm asking, what I need, and then
Yeah.
then I feel like I can picture them going over here and looking it up, and they're not a circuit that is just trying to take the heavy lift off of human a human support team, so I think people still want to feel acknowledged by real people, and I think you could certainly cut down on the by an automated and I'm just saying automated in general, like in context, but like a non-human support rep could certainly solve some issues. Hopefully they don't get it wrong, but I feel like with human support people, that a customer that is reaching out to human support is doing it not just because they want to get their issue solved, but they want someone to solve their issue. They just don't want their issue solved. I guess I just thought of that. Like they want someone to solve it. They want someone to hear their problem. They want someone to fix it. They want someone to assure them that it's going to be fixed and not just, so I think there's, that's something that machines won't ever learn how to do, is not sound antiseptic when someone just half wants their issue solved and half wants to be reassured that it will be solved. Like there's a difference. There's an extra feeling of, don't worry, I got you. I'm not just going to solve your issue, but we want to solve it, and we're going to work to solve it till it's solved. You don't have to just hope that we're going to fix this for you. Like we will fix it. Like, trust me, George is working on it now. We're going to get this taken care of for you. So, and machine learning can't, the rise of it in insurance was, and you're right. Like in Barry's book, he talks about how insurance as an industry tries to move with the times, the call centers, as like in the really, really glancingly brief history of supported insurance I gave. I mean, insurance, if nothing else, has done that. They've moved on with the time. Policies, exclusions, endorsements are accommodating technology and the good it does and the not good it does. So the rise of that automated support process, the support that, the automated sales funnel, the automated support thing was definitely rose in COVID when humans couldn't, weren't manning their posts. So they relied on machines to do the lift, and then now people are back and then now there's that balance we're still trying to find. I think Barry's book was like the awkward relationship between. So yeah, totally poignant, and totally, you could take AI out and put any word in whatever the AI is going to be in 10 years, and you could take human out and put human in. It's going to be the same awkward relationship. And I did the audiobook, by the way, for that. That was not a short book either to read, but yeah, Barry's book, great book. And I thought it should be part of the class. Like I thought the idea, will AI or will any kind of automated support entity ever completely overtake the human? And I'm hoping not, but for the sake of humanity, I hope it doesn't try to, because I think that we're going to lose a lot along the way if that happens. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it makes perfect sense, man. I think in your presentation, you referred to it a couple of times, this importance of active listening. And I think personally for me, I mean, that's a huge reason. If I'm actually engaging with a customer support representative, that's huge for me, and I try to bring that to my interactions with folks too. I think there's this hugely important element of, not only knowing, like you're saying, like not only knowing that somebody's working on a problem for me, but I also think that sometimes it's just validating to know, okay, like the person that I'm working with recognizes that this is an issue that needs to be solved, right? Like this is another human being is telling me, hey, we're sorry, this is going on. We're going to get this fixed for you. I think that's for me at least, a big part of these discussions sometimes, just knowing, like feeling the validation that this really is something that needs to be addressed or needs to be fixed.
I worked for a company. I did support for a company where every Wednesday there was a code release, and I knew that because every Thursday something broke. And
Yeah.
I feel like a machine can't say that this is a company wide issue or this is a product wide issue. Don't worry, we're working on it. I'm going to circle back with you, and I'm told the issue's been fixed. Maybe AI can't triage to tier 2 or tier 3, or there's things that people need to put their hands on to fix, and then people need to put their hearts on to assure the customer there wouldn't be a company without the customer that this is not you, it's something on our side and we're working to fix it. So
Yeah.
hopefully that never gets lost.
Yeah, man. Well, George, I appreciate you taking the time to go a little deeper on some of this with me. It was fun, and
Thanks.
It was fun to be kind of sit in your chair today and be the host of this one. It was enjoyable.
Yeah, I got to chill at how well you did this. It's fantastic, and great to have you here. A little hooky from demo days, but I can't wait to do the next demo day with you. I think we got one coming up soon, and so all you Academy. All you Academy fans out there, keep an eye out. Watch the Insurance Journal for upcoming demo days hosted by Allen and I. You think this is great? Wait till you see us do a demo day. You're going to be demoed out. It's going to be fun.
Heck yeah, man.
All right.
Well. Again, today's class was customer support, the continuum of service satisfaction and success. On behalf of our instructor, George Jack, this is your host, Allen Laman, saying thanks everybody for tuning in both to the show and to the after show today. We'll see you next time. Have a great time.
Thanks,
everybody.
Take care.